Gaming. Okay, for some reason the stream is like really behind on my end. Low latency is on. Let me just restart. Hang on. Okay, good. Gaming. Okay. Hello, gamers. We have Stinky Sean and Stinky Lion. Oh my god, the two Stinkies. Let me just let's see if I can do. I want to see if I can do this in time. There we go. That's pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Anyway, so we're doing Chapter 4 Trial. One of my favourites. It's a very good trial. I mean, it's kind of cool. Not as good as Chapter 5. I'm not going to start talking about Chapter 5 now because it's the very next chapter, and it's a very good fucking chapter. Anyway, good nom nom nomming. I can't do a Bookie's voice. I've never been able to. I have to. It's like a legal requirement. I have to say that before I do any character's voice. I know I can't do voices. Why do I repeat myself every single time? Anyway, also hello there, Raging Fire 1. Oh my god. So Chapter 4 Trial is a good one. A little bit of a recap, even though I'm sure you all know what's going on. We're still over here. I'll fix that some other time. It's fine. It's daytime. I said it's daytime. Thank you. Time to find me. Who had done the robophobia? Yes, it's robophobia time. Hopefully the audio's okay. I'm going to play the death scene again because it's just what we do here. So that's the event. That's the event gallery. That's the event gallery. So what happened? We were all stuck inside the strawberry/grape house, forced to kill before we starved to death. And on the third day, we see this. Nekomaru fucking died. Oh shit! Get it? Shit, because poop. Anyway, so we're going to do the trial tonight. After having to do half the investigation as Nagito. Let me know if the audio's okay. So, I do quite like this trial. It's quite good. Oh shit! Get it because lags. Oh no, it lagged. I said get it because poop. Anyway, so camera need to bring that up. Also notice how the blood is blue because oil. Anyway, another class trial.
Hey!
How are we supposed to get to the trial ground?
Damn it!
Anyway, we can't do anything unless we get out of this building. Get fucking safe, Hiko Kuzuryu. Huh? Akane, did something happen?
Hey!
No, well, do you guys hear something? Hear something?
Hey!
What did you guys hear? Suddenly, as if cutting off Chiaki, our surroundings started to shake and rumble. And then it suddenly appeared before us. Oh shit, oh fuck. Nekomaru's body was just launched. They were too scared to make it yellow. Give us the piss blood. You want the piss blood? I'm not giving you the piss blood now. What a fun house. They don't call it Funhouse for nothing. Is he telling us to go inside from here? Seems that way. Alright, I'm gonna go. Just hold on, Nekomaru. Make sure I avenge you. Jeez, let's be a little cautious. Obviously a trap.
It appears you cannot escape.
Yeah, I do hope the audio is okay. Please let me know if it's not. Have to double check my audio, which appears to be mildly quiet. Okay. I agree. I detect a sense of danger. Even my familiars are saying, do not go inside. How interesting. If you can kill me, you're welcome to try. Try stabbing your sword through my very heart. Yeah. Is the audio okay, guys? I need to check because Okay, I think it's good. I think we are good. It might even be a little bit too loud, if anything. Okay. Now then, we shall get moving as well. It's mildly quiet? Really? Okay. Is that better? Is that good? More? Is that good?
Yep.
Yep, you're right. Think so? Make it a little loud. I'll do it like that. It's almost not a lot going. That's fair. It's annoying, but if Miss Sonia's going, there's no way I'm not going to go.
Damn it!
So damn annoying. Honestly, I hate trying Kazuichi's voice because he's just so generic. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a trap or not. One by one, everyone went into Monokuma Rock. Gives students a lead, tells them they'll find out more in the Funhouse, doesn't give them anything in the Funhouse, and then he starves them to death, refuses to elaborate further, like a boss. Until I was the only one left. And when I was about to take a step forward, we're the same. The same step ladders. Step ladder counter? Huh? Nagito was suddenly standing next to me with his eyes locked onto Monokuma Rock. Other than the small movements of his mouth, he was perfectly still.
Well,
You and I are just step ladders. For everyone who holds the title of Ultimate. I always believed that I didn't mind. Unlike you, I know my place. Being step ladders confirms they are foldable. Just begins to fold Nagito in half. He mentioned step ladder twice that time. What are you saying?
man.
That's why I was prepared to become a sacrifice at any time, and from that, true hope would be born. I always believed that the talent that survived would be the true hope. Survived.
Damn it.
But it wasn't. There was no hope amidst all this killing. Of course there isn't. What kind of hope comes from killing people? Come and sacrifice your turn to die, my friends.
What?
Huh? Really? He's suggesting that sacrificing others for hope isn't real hope? But you're wrong. It's only natural and extremely obvious that strong hope devours weak hope.
Isn't that right?
After all, that's what it means to live, right? So no, I'm not going to accept that.
Well,
Oh well. It's not like that's what I wanted to say to you anyway.
hey.
There's this one novel I like. It's a peculiar mystery story. Huh? A novel? The story is told from the point of view of a high school girl involved in a serial killer mystery. But when you get to the end, surprise, surprise, the girl was actually the killer. I wonder who wrote that. Of course, the story is written carefully so the reader doesn't learn the ending in the middle of the story. The protagonist is just a projection of the reader. This projection turns out to be the killer. Which means the killer you're looking for the whole time is inside you all along. How do you feel about novels like that? What are you talking about? Just jumping from one topic to another? I can't comment on a book that I've never read before.
No good at all.
Such a normal answer. Should have expected that from a talentless reserve corps student like you. But I know that you don't matter at all. So why do I care about you? You admire hope. I love hope.
Right?
In some ways we're similar. Maybe that difference is what's making me so emotional. Enough. I don't have time to argue with you. Let's go. Everyone is waiting.
Man.
Everyone, huh? Do you still believe you're just like everyone else? Reserve corps students are so full of themselves. Nagito's chilling laugh continued as he disappeared into Monokuma Rock. Calm down. That's right, I need to calm down. Yeah. I mean, Nagito doesn't care about that shit. I took several deep breaths, and once my nerves had settled, I stepped into Monokuma Rock. The elevator shook violently as it descended at an ever-increasing speed. No trial, only hope.
Hey.
When we're in a normal elevator that shakes this bad, reminds you how efficient that elevator in the Funhouse was.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. The elevator continued to shake, and descended deeper and deeper. And suddenly, it stopped like it always does. And the door opened. Yeah, once again, reminder, how's the audio? Now that you've heard some things, is it good? Okay. Gaming time. Gaming time. Think so? Okay.
Well
I understand your desire to applaud this wonderfully vulgar trial ground, but it's so exhausting to discuss useless things. Let's get down with it already. So sad, my chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad.
Hey.
Hey, don't go talking about the mission after I've said my catchphrase.
Now I'm really angry.
Otherwise, I roll the dice and based on the result, I'll give you a sex change operation that many times. Please, Monokuma. Do it to me. Make sure it's an odd number. I mean, not for everyone, Monami. I wouldn't call it extreme for everyone.
Now then.
Let's go on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. Boys, girls, and MB pals more like Monokuma. Ha ha ha. No? Okay, Monokuma. Yeah, I did too. And so it begins. I hope this would never happen again, and now it's happening for the 4th time. The curtain to the 4th class trial is about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I'd ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us. I also love that line too, because he's a robot. Not very progressive if you stuffed animal that forces children to murder each other. Yeah, I feel like in this kind of situation, progression isn't really that important, but still. But yeah, I love this line. He was more man than any of us because he's genuinely a robot, but still. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane. His appearance changed drastically because of that. But he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. His are muggles. I won't let this be excused. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru. There we go. No, no, I've done it too early. Go away, Libby. Okay, the person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends. I will never, ever forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial, building with hope and despair, has begun. And now I can return, in trial form. Fun fact, in an update, the translator removed a line saying Among Us. Oh my god. Well, because you just have to remove the Among Us lines. Okay, why is it purple? Okay, so let me set the skills first, and then I'll read all of the in our midst. There is an imposter in our midst. If anything, that just sounds funnier. Very leggy spoiler though. That's fair. Okay, right. So, truth bullets. Actually, can I clean this shit? No despair. No despair. No despair. No despair. Have some potato chips. Only hope. No despair. There we go. Whee! More potato chips. Because I can't give him to Chucky at the moment anyway, it's fine. There we go. More hope for Piggy Me. Right. I've trial streams chat because it's just the same jokes. It's always the exact same thing, but it's always really funny. So I sit back and let you guys make all the jokes for me. It's great. It's chill because I don't need to do much. I just sit back, choose the right answers while the game talks, and you make the jokes. I love the trials. Anyway, so truth bullets. Monokuma file number 4. The victim is Nekomaru Nidai, aka Mechamaru after his robotic transformation. His body was discovered in Great Tower, which is inside the Funhouse. His head is severely damaged and beyond repair, so that should be considered the cause of death. Leon Kuwata. Excuse me. Wire. Is your investigation coming? I need to show that video. It's great. I really want to show the video. I'm tempted. Just hang on. I need to. I'll do it later. Right. Wire. Nekomaru's body and left leg were tied to him with a metal wire. The tip of what wire was also tied into a loop. Goodnight button. The button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. When this button is pressed, all of Nekomaru's functions cease and he is forced to enter sleep mode. Oil on the floor. Oil that was flowing out of Nekomaru's body. The majority of it came from his fatal head wound. Tipped over pillar. One of the pillars on the side of the door was tipped over. The damaged area of the pillar was also stained. It was so heavy that even two people couldn't budge it. New looking hammer. An enormous hammer found on the floor of the tower. It was completely clean, almost as if it was brand new. Chain. A chain was wrapped around the handles of the door at the back of Grape Tower. For some reason, the killer was able to enter the tower from the Strawberry Hall. Akane to count. Apparently Akane heard a rumbling noise at around 5:30 AM. Pillar fragments. A lot of small pieces of stone were scattered underneath Nekomaru's body. However, there were no fragments on top of his body. Fuyuhiko's account. Apparently Fuyuhiko saw Nekomaru walking towards the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 AM. Wall clock. At 5:30 AM, the alarm of the wall clock in the lounge on Strawberry House's second floor started going off. Fuyuhiko was at the lounge by coincidence and managed to stop the alarm, but Kazuichi and Gundam rushed to the lounge after being alerted by the sound. However, Nagito was apparently the only one who didn't hear it. Contact elevator. The contact elevator used to move between both houses was broken and no longer worked. It was apparently broken at the Grape House's side, so that the last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. Strawberry Hall's button. The button in Strawberry Hall that opens the door leading to the tower was broken. Nagito's sudden appearance. Nagito was supposed to be at the Strawberry House, but he appeared at Grape House via some unknown method. The contact elevator should have been broken. Kazuichi's account. Apparently the compass's needle spun 180 degrees while it was inside the contact elevator. Clock's alarm timer. Nekomaru used this alarm clock to recover from sleep mode. The clock's arms stopped around 7:30 and the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. Radio clock. The clock in Nekomaru's chest receives radio waves at fixed intervals and automatically adjusts itself if its time is off. Basically, it's an amazingly precise clock that can't be tampered with, not even to set the time. Broken doorknob. A doorknob found under the tipped over pillar. The screws at its base are pulled out and there are some scratch marks on the knob itself. One of the knobs from the far back door of Strawberry House was missing, so this doorknob was originally attached to that door. Strange feeling in tower. Regardless of whether you enter the tower from Grape Hall or Strawberry Hall, the placement of Nekomaru's body, the tipped over pillar, the oil stains and even the disassembled parts Kazuichi arranged look exactly the same. And there we go. So, that's all the truth bullets. That's everything we know about this case at the moment. Time to find out who the killer is. I don't need to find out who the killer is because I already know who the killer is. This is also, I find this one to be quite a sad one. Just like Chapter 4 in the first game, it's also quite sad. I wouldn't say it's as sad as Sakura, because that was just heartbreaking. This one isn't as sad, but it's still quite sad. Anyway.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
I know, Monokuma. I know. I've done enough of these trials.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person...
It was Leon Kawata. Final answer.
I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go. Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me.
I'll say it one more time because I feel like it's inconsistent. But if the audio is weird, please tell me.
I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
I'm unfortunate that nobody at all had anything like chips that could fit into a virtual pet or something. You're here today because Monica... Exactly. But Akane just likes the food. Understandable.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
God.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
It's so fucking annoying, I swear.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
Sonia doesn't have flexible legs. She's not a stepladder like Nagito.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
She didn't want to nibble, to be fair. She didn't want a nibble of Chiaki. What she call her? She was a shortcake, wasn't it? Like, I'm not a shortcake, I'm Chiaki.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
I mean, it's a little bit too early to determine that, Akane, but still.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
Kind of literally me, Khan last case, what are you... I mean, she did say that, didn't she? Yeah, she was like, oh yeah, Mikan wouldn't do that. She did do that. And Peko, yeah. Akane's just a bit of a boomer.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
I can't tell if he loves her or not. Now he's acting like a dick. Oh yeah, this bit. Huh? Oh yeah.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right? What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking. It shouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing that crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Yeah, I swear there was another huh. Clearly not.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime!
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him!
No, wrong one. Hang on, beat the crap. No, hang on. No, hang on.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the
fragments?
crime!
Right?
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that
Okay,
hammer
new looking hammer.
and beat the crap out of it.
I'm dumb.
No, that's wrong.
I'm very, very dumb. Leon's baseball bat.
No, I can't accept that hammer was the murder weapon.
He beat the shit. He beat the It would have made so much more sense if someone had said that. Someone clearly beat the shit out of Nekomaru for a change. Not his precious shit.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body. Just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangsta? Me?
Just so y'all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Sure you were.
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle?
Big brain has weak, just why I love him. I don't know, he's just really annoying.
If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it, but if it's something that the crime scene that had oil on it, Nekomaru's body. The broken pillar.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
I don't know what that thing is, Sean, but it's such a mood. It really is.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
It's no use, it's barely budging. Didn't I tell you?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. The word suicide. By the way, the fourth murder of the Killing School life was apparently brought a suicide. Huh? No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru committed suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go! There's no need to lift that pillar.
Go, Sonia.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a
Yeah, I
dream.
know. Exactly, that's a good point. Yeah, don't do it based don't do it on the basis that he wouldn't do it, but not the fact. I don't get it.
What
Okay.
about tipping the pillar over?
No, because there were fragments underneath his body. They wouldn't be there if he tipped it over. If it was tipped over.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh? fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too. But it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Ooh.
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual. You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
What did you say?
Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
So shit has happened with Nagito. He discovered something in that file. Something big in that file. And now he's completely changed everything. Also, he has figured out how he died, by the way. He's figured out how Nekomaru was killed.
What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
You gotta figure out what the ultimate weapon is.
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly.
Nagito discovered that Leon faked his death and the best symbol of hope would cheat.
Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
There's another student. Oh my god, it's the ultimate weapon.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
We find him. Oh my god, it's the ultimate weapon.
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
I think you do know why, Kazuichi. I think you do know why. The ultimate your mother.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the Funhouse.
Huh? The secret of the Funhouse?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the Funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the Funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
Symbol of hope. They can be both. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know Kyoko.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
The two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that. Faux show. Honestly, Sonia is so out of touch, but that's genuinely part of her character design.
In truth, Strawberry Tower...
Strange feeling is Nagito's appearance, isn't it? Yeah. Well, no, it's not, but still.
...are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
Nope, shit.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
I know what it is, I just
In
didn't
truth,
shoot it.
Strawberry Tower and Grape are actually the exact same place.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
You didn't say.
Is that really it?
Nope.
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
Shouldn't be.
I mean, the walls are different colors.
Lights.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
No, they're not. They're not, but still. Actually, are they different? It's not important. I know one has a Monomi face. I don't think the other... Maybe the other one doesn't have a design? I don't know.
Damn it!
In truth, Strawberry Tower and are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
Emo.
I mean, the walls are different colors.
How am I supposed to shoot?
In truth, are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
I don't actually remember. Look, Lion. I know you're being sarcastic. I know you're being sarcastic, but I don't remember everything. Like, I know, like, what Hajime's, like, point is after this. But, like, I don't know what bullet I have to use.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
What's for Yukiko's account? That's just mentioning the clock. Nope, that's not even relevant. So it's bound to be the strange feeling.
That's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
The strange feeling is when they went to the other tower, and everything was exactly the same. It wasn't like flipped around, because so their conclusion that they come to is that the doors in both towers link to both sides of the funhouse. So when they go through the other door into the tower, they expect Nekomaru's body to be facing the other way, but it's not. It's exactly the same look. So that's the strange feeling. But I'm trying to use that truth bullet because that would make sense. Because they're trying to say the tower's the same, you know, it's all, you know. This whole time we've been thinking the tower's the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
So So it's
We've
not
already
those
settled this.
two.
Give it 10 years
It's
before
got to
you
be.
argue with Miss
It's got to be
Sonia.
Sonia's point. I'll try you
In
this
truth,
one, but it
Strawberry
doesn't make
Tower and
sense.
Grape Tower
If this is
are
it, it would
actually
make
the
sense.
exact same place.
That doesn't make sense.
No, that's wrong.
Doesn't make any sense.
Both of those towers, are they really the same place?
Oh yeah, so Hajime has a phase of thinking they're a different place. Okay, that makes sense. No, it still doesn't make any sense. So he counters. So Sonia's like, oh yeah, they're different. They're the same place. Hajime's like, no, they're different places. But have a look at this, where the towers are exactly the same. Hajime, that doesn't make any sense. You're contradicting yourself.
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall.
No, Hajime, it is you who is wrong.
But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building again.
Bow down.
I forgot to. Okay.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Oh.
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Okay, Sonia.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
The consent couple having a fun. The
There are
consent
many different
couple.
ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing. There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the
He's
body
a-
and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear, the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
That's the wrong one.
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body. He could have moved it all, easy as pie. It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
What is it?
He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
So confused because I know what the point is. I know what the point is. But at the moment, Hajime has no idea what's going on.
It seems you have forgotten.
None of these make sense.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the
Oh, yeah.
the body, everything at the crime scene.
Okay, that makes sense. The oil. Okay, that makes sense. I just wasn't thinking about that.
Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, the oil. How would you have moved the oil? By getting the American here. I mean, Zeph is here now.
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
So when you figure I have to go step by step. My arena bouncy house. Because, I mean, we were just knocked out and put in there. Oh, no, sorry, you mean the trial. By Monokuma.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
Well, you haven't really missed anything, by the way, Zeph. We're just trying to figure out the layout of this funhouse. Because the building that we've been trapped in, what we assumed was that it looked like... Okay, there's no truth bullet for it, of course there's not. We assumed there were just two parts of a building with a central tower in the middle. We figured out that is probably not correct. Oh, I'm over here, fuck.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
Kazuichi shut.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. And the only thing we can do is rely on the one person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito. I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
Determination. Oh my god, Undertale. The only Undertale thing I have is... I don't have any more Undertale buttons, I just have that one.
I have a good reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
He performed the appropriate action in order to learn the secret? Can you be talking about tampering with the crime scene? Or the investigation at Strawberry House? Or Monokuma Taichi? No, he's talking about the life-threatening game.
I see!
Of course he is.
You're talking about the final dead room, right?
Taichi, fuck.
You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself.
I'm double tasking, chatting with Ham on his stream and trying to find literally anything to make a Leon reference. Well, tell Ham I said he stinks.
From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Strange scenery indeed.
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Oh yeah, he found a camera in the final dinner. I forgot about that.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera from his inner pocket. He saw the Grape House people playing Uno. My response is that Han is wrong.
See? This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room.
Distinguished picture.
But don't you think it's weird? If the Funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Said you are the real wrong one. Plus L. Yeah, well, ratio. Hey, where are they? No idea. I don't know how this part works, seeing as they were in some random place, some fun house, and now all of a sudden they're at the trial. Weird. Lots of things that should make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
What doesn't make sense in this picture? Well, I did fall off, that's very true. So a suspicious spot. So here we have, so he took this on in Strawberry Tower. And not Strawberry Tower, it's in the final dead room in the back of Strawberry House. So this would be Strawberry Tower. But where's Grape Tower?
Here!
If the structure of the Funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
The fucking MS Paint trees.
Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see. And is that it?
Nagini said there are lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. What doesn't make sense in this picture?
Here!
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
The other clue? Is he talking about one time? Why, hello there, Hajime. Nagito, what are you doing here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How'd you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
He vented. Oh my god.
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
I'm not gonna, my wrist is really hurting.
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
Maybe if I can solve a mystery of that information.
What does it mean?
Was this thing just now another hint to figure out the mystery behind the Funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took, I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Oh god. Logic dive. Okay, so. Gaming. Let's play some Run, guys. Only he's not running, he is surfing. On coolmathsgames.com. Run wasn't even a maths game, it was just a game. It's weird. Unless I had a hidden maths mode that I wasn't aware of. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? Yes, they exist. Actually, any game called I'll be honest with you, Zeph, I haven't really played Called Math games when it was a thing. Okay? Leave me alone. I was on it once and that was to play Run. I don't know what else was on there. A Strawberry House and Grape House, the same building or two different buildings? They are the same building. How do I know that? Trust me. Understandable. What was it? Was it just called that to like bypass like school restrictions or something then? Because that would be so clever. How are Strawberry House and Grape House positioned with each other? Are they positioned horizontally, so, you know, side by side, or are they on top of each other? Gaming, they are on top of each other. Oh, that's fair. They are positioned diagonally.
It's all coming together.
It's the Leaning Tower of Grape House. So.
Got it. I know the secret of the Funhouse.
They are stacked.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
Smoothie.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Where is Strawberry House located? The floors below Grape House or the floors above Grape House? Well, seeing as you couldn't see Grape House from Strawberry House, there's nothing above it, it's the floors above Grape House.
I see!
On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle.
Top Strawberry.
Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Well, the secret of the house didn't actually matter for the case, and Monokuma was just left with a weirdly designed house. Yeah, so imagine if Nekomaru was just killed like in like the lobby or something, or in like one of the rooms, and this whole mystery just makes it's not relevant. I mean, imagine if that was actually a case. That might have happened in Danganronpa. Actually. No. No. I was trying to think, what if that has already happened? But no, it's not like you've already been moved to a different location before.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
We're getting there, guys. 200 different motives in one case, and the killer just stabs because they don't like them. Imagine.
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it?
Yeah, I would do that to several Danganronpa characters. Oh fuck, yeah, we're lying, we're getting there. We're getting towards the funny moment.
Disregarding the tower, we fully believe the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse.
Rousey. Oh shit, it's Rousey. How did I not realise that? Strawberry and Grape House are literally just Rousey. Fuck. Can we get Rousey image, please? I have to scroll. Oh shit, oh fuck. Thick Rousey. Rousey's the mastermind. I'm sorry guys, but the whole plot twist for Danganronpa 2 is that Leon isn't the mastermind this time, it's Rousey.
Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
It's like you've been coconut mold. You've been Kuma'd.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
I mean, it's similar to coconut mold because it's playing Monokuma's theme right now. So we are being completely Kuma'd. Send this to all your friends to totally Kuma them.
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Building?
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House.
Kuma from D's Net. So I don't know if anyone actually remembers this, but on season 2 of Tato, when I built this, I built this building in season 2, and no one noticed what it was because no one had played this game at that point. But I built this on season 2. There were some people who knew it was a Danganronpa thing, but that was all they thought into it. But I built this in chapter 2, season 2 even. I never finished the interiors though, but I did start the interiors, I just didn't really finish it. It was a pain to do, okay? It wasn't easy to build.
Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple.
Oh fuck.
Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
She really does not like him.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
You've got this, Kazuichi. He wants her to look. So let's crush his heart.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
If there is
I'm gonna solve this.
if the killer did create a dummy, and that was actually correct, that the only person that would implicate would be Kazuichi, because he would be the only person who would know how to make a fucking robot. He's just trying to implicate himself, clearly.
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
No.
No, that's wrong.
Don't be so fucking ridiculous.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said...
Maybe it's Kazuichi is the real dummy. Let's just start the parts that I carefully arrange and assemble the body all move too.
Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
She doesn't give a fuck, and I love that.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer.
He's too dumb to be the killer, don't you worry.
If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Yes, it's such a contradictory, like, thought process. Thinking, oh yeah, he's not the killer because he fixed the elevator. If he was the killer, he wouldn't have fixed it. But if anything, that mentality, if he was the killer fixing it, would just clear people's suspicions of him, which is what you'd want. So you would fix it.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the
Ooh.
same building?
Oh shit, Chieki's clever. A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building? I feel like I've seen that before. I should fucking hope so, Hajime. Alright, let's do this. What's this? A device that moves things from one floor to another. I wonder. I wonder what it could be, but can you spell the word elephant? I'm not sure what the word is, guys. I'm sorry. Elegant. But can you spell the word elevator?
I got it! You must be talking about an elevator.
Alligator egg. Among Us is getting into emote, we'll see. Most likely.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
An elevator.
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Wish we could fail. How do I say? You know, one of those lifty things, the thingies that move up and down. You know, the thing.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
To confuse you, Sonia.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they all move the elevator. The one thing they all have in common. They were huge, they were all on the floor, and they were all Nekomaru's parts, or they were heavy. They were all on the floor.
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And?
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
There's something unique about that elevator. There's no ceiling, you can only enter one side at a time, only the floor moves, or it's an enormous circle.
I see!
The floor moves.
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
It's a Minecraft flying machine. I mean, that's possible, actually. Lion, you're making me want to build a flying machine, even though I can't really build flying machines. Oh shit, it was Blaz! That's a good point, it's a flying machine. Oh shit. I built the Funhouse in Season 2. Blaz was in Season 2. Oh fuck, it was Blaz all along. Blaz is the sussy impostor.
Only the floor moved?
Blaz is Leon. No. Blaz is Rousey. Oh wait just a second, you think the Ultimate Gamer wouldn't know how to make one? That's also very true. So what, it's either Blaz or Chiaki? Chiaki wouldn't kill a fly, let alone...
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower.
I mean, I think we've come to the conclusion that maybe Leon isn't the mastermind in this game. I think it's Rousey. Chiaki is Blaz, who is Rousey, who is Leon. Oh fuck, it's come full circle.
Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Probably.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
To make us confused, Sonia.
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, mon ami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Oh.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
I mean, they're not siblings. They're not, but still.
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? So will it lead to Strawberry Hall as a chain wrapped in the doorknob? Even if you fix the button on Strawberry Hall's side, the door won't open as long as the chain is there. You need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the Funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building.
Oh my god, Rousey. Also, it's subtle, but notice how the hall, like the walkway to Strawberry Tower, is a lot longer than in Grape Tower. You don't really notice that when you're playing, but that is a noticeable difference. It is much shorter in Grape Tower.
The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
That elevator moves vertically.
Save me for a second, I need to tell any contradiction. Oh god.
Then, when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But, does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator.
Ham, thank you for the raid. Guys, how you all doing? Playing Mario Kart. You were playing Mario Kart tonight, weren't you? Pretty sure you're playing Mario Kart. Oh my god, Stinky Hamshire Glory Raid. Oh my god. Mario Kart sounds very fun. Yeah, tonight it's 8 p.m. Don't know what time is over there, but it's 8 p.m. here. Second place in the 200cc tourney. That's not like you. Well done, Rose. Yeah. How are you all doing? I'm glad you're all doing well. You got first. Of course you got first, Ham. You need to be banned from your own tournament at this point. Because no matter what you're doing, you're too good. Also, hello, user. Yeah, Ham's a little bit too overpowered. We need to nerf him. We'll do just that. But yeah, we're playing Danganronpa tonight. We're doing the 4th trial in the second game. We need to eat ham. We need to just eradicate the stinky Hamshire lore. I mean, I hope so, Ham. Actually, that's on the 25th this month, isn't it? It's next week, I think. I want to say it's next... Yeah, I'm streaming it. I'm streaming it next week. Have I forgotten that? I'm streaming it on... next Friday. So the Friday 18th. That's when the DLC comes out. And that is going to be very cool. Because I'm actually really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Which is weird, because it's Mario Kart, and I've played so much Mario Kart, I'm practically sick of it. Yeah, Rousey's the mastermind. Rousey's the mastermind now, not Leon. Sorry for the spoilers, but it's Rousey. That's who Leon employed. Yeah, it's Rousey. Well, I want to continue. I'm just giving everyone who doesn't want to be spoiled a chance to, make a decision whether they want to watch or not. I want to add something about... Alright, that's fine. Yeah, Rousey's the mastermind. I'm going to continue the game now. But yeah, the mastermind is actually Rousey. And Rose, I don't know if you're up to this point. I don't know where you are in the game. Alright, see you, Ham. Have fun swimming. Can play the booster course back at first. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. See you, Rose. Okay. Back to the trial. So basically Gundam's pointing out how when your back is facing the elevator, Grape Hall is to your right, and when you're in Strawberry, it's to the left. So that kind of contradicts the whole vertical kind of layout kind of thing. So the fuck's going on here? We're going to figure it out.
Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
It's hard to explain if you didn't watch everything. Exactly. It is very, if you don't know what's going on, I'm sorry, but there's literally no way we can explain this to you. There's so much going on. Danganronpa is a very weird game to stream, because if you don't have the context, it makes so little sense. Okay, what does this mean? If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was to my left. How can I break through this contradiction? I know, Hajime. I know what the answer is.
If the two houses are connected vertically...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
That's true.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
So Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. Sound like it makes sense, but is that really correct?
If the two houses are connected vertically...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong.
No sound effect? Okay, okay. Well, not vertically, not horizontally. It's both. I'll let Hajime explain.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
No sound effect needed.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Oh, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
That makes sense.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
2004 computer animation header. Yeah.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
Not really how physics work, but it's fun, so who cares? I mean, if it's an elevator that moves along like a rail, I think it could work.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear.
I'm just
so I
a
was
bear.
never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the octagon, you know.
What is the octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
Here it is. So guys, what does an octagon mean? What's an octagon? Zeph, do you know what an octagon is? What's an What an octagon? What's an octagon? Think it's a shape with 4 sides?
Crap!
No, a 4-sided shape is a square. Thinking of it one more time. 5 sides? I think it might be a 5-sided shape.
Crap!
No, a 5-sided shape is a pentagon. Thinking of it one more time. Is it a 6-sided shape?
Crap!
No, a 6-sided shape is a hexagon. Thinking of it one more time. I think it might be an 8-sided shape, you know?
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
This is like one of the most screenshotted lines in this entire game. This is genuinely one of the most screenshotted lines in the entire game. If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right? It's just so random. Oh yeah, about that, user. About that. So... about that. Yeah, about that, user. How do we explain this to you? Right, so it says it trickles out throughout the game, so I'll just recap you. But this was only revealed like the last stream. So basically, Hope's Monokuma fell and hit the control button. Okay, right. So basically, recap. So there's Hope's Peak Academy, right? You know, there's like the main ultimate course. Handpicked students, truly the best in their field, they're ultimates. But they actually reveal that there's also a reserve course. So for anyone who doesn't have an ultimate talent, there's just like pretty much like a normal high school, kind of. But there's like an insane entry fee. But it's practically just a normal high school. But people pay insane amounts of money just to say that they've gone to Hope's Peak. and all the money they get from it just goes into like researching Hope and stuff. Hajime is a reserve corps student. He's the only one here who is not an ultimate. Everyone here has a talent except Hajime. He's completely talentless. There's the recap. Even if they weren't ultimates, they're high school students. I think those basic shapes. That's true. That's true. They should know basic shapes. If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right? Okay. I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve corps student, you're quite knowledgeable.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
He was about to say it for us. Yeah, I didn't even realise that. The place befitting of the name Octagon? It's probably... Here!
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
From what I heard, in Japanese, Nagito says octagon in English, so that's where the confusion comes from, but Japanese high school students also know basic English, right? What, so it's even called octagon in Japanese? Okay. This game gets confusing.
Why is that place the octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it. The true identity of the octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room.
Yeah. It's not your traditional octagon. It's not a regular octagon. I think we're tricking you into studying geometry.
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru. Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
The 4th Danganronpa, instead of like recapping the octagons and stuff, they just make you learn the Pythagorean theorem.
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime. It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
The Funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? Some guy gets stabbed at a specific angle and we have to use drug to find that angle? I can see them doing something along those lines. There's like, I don't know, like an ultimate mathematician or something, and they die, leaving behind a little notebook or something, and you have to look at that. I don't know, but I can imagine them doing something along those lines. And who is the killer that did that? And this is the halfway point.
Hiya!
Why, hello there. I thought of a new bad word called monomy. And how's the knife traveling to the body and how much force did it impale them with? That's just too much physics. We need more maths. I can already tell that I won't be pleased by this. And then let me say it right away. I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I get hurt by a mere word. Monomy's a serious... Stufatly? That's much more straightforward. That's much more straightforward than I thought. Is it? I didn't know that. Stufatly? I don't know. That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all three of these would be... Ta-da! Stufatly! Yeah, I forgot that part too. There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Mon ami is a serious Stufatly.
Did I miss an equation by the end? The characters go, okay, this equation is fake, right? They won't write the equation as they're dying, right? And it just goes back to Leon. Wait, I'm gonna get a drink. I'm kind of thirsty. We'll do a little lab break. I'll be back in like a minute, okay, guys? One sec. Stufatly. 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 I believe the ads are still going on, so I'd rather not continue just yet. It's an ad break for a reason. Okay. Gaming. Quartic equation with the solution 0 and 11037. Real solutions if you're being pedantic. I don't know what that means. I'm good at maths, but not that good. Jeez, guys, you'd understand if you could multiply. If I recall, multiplication is like honestly, like the protagonist in the next Danganronpa was just like an ultimate mathematician or physicist or something. That would be great.
Hello. I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! Ah, but be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
You can tell this game was made for the PSP. Ah yes, my batteries. This is the part where I'd like pull out my PC and show it, but not exactly possible.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
It is funnier. Monokuma 2 that isn't trying to be energetic or heart rate is high because you're having a heart attack.
I never expected the Funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
She doesn't care.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
Chiaki is not Stufatly.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder.
He's stepladder Nagito. He said stepladder, didn't he? Oh, he said stepping stone, didn't he? Yeah, stepping stone. It was so close. Yuko too badly, but now she's deadly.
Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You're drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building's structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
No progress being made. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilised the building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilised the building structure? Was he beaten with a blunt object? Did he fall? Was he crushed by the elevator? Or did his battery die? I think he might have fell.
I see! That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
It's been almost 2 hours and they're only just how he died. Because the building they're in, they were completely wrong about how they thought he died. And the building that they were in, they were completely clueless. And they had the idea that the way he was killed does tie into the building structure. So they had to figure that out first. Which did take 2 hours. Almost. The weapon is a baseball bat. It was an assault and a battery. Oh my god.
Died from falling?
Hit the ground too hard. Okay, well, L plus ratio plus L part 2.
If the Funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
He doesn't have feather falling. He does not.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
When the elevator is on, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside. The other door won't open. Which means the elevator...
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I mean, he could have MLG, but the problem was there's no water in there. Actually, they were his eyes. For some reason, he had a tap in his eyes.
You can't go through the door on the 4th?
It'd be impossible to shove...
Then, after locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's wrong!
He wasn't moving. How does everyone else can spell the word?
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
Way to create the job inside the elevator when Nekomaru is still in it. Chicky seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? I wonder.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
Stinky Kazuichi.
The hammer is suspicious.
No.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
Consent.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
Yeah, it did, Hajime.
Might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
It's reasons like this. It's the reason why I love the flush face so much, even the Tato flush.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower.
He was suspended.
And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
You can just tell he was going to say Ibuki.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Yeah, the sleep bubble.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall. Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to
No.
cut through those words.
He had a timer. He had a clock.
What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then,
L
in
plus
order to make
fell.
him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
I like how interchangeably they use Nekomaru and Mekamaru for seemingly no reason. They really don't. There's literally no reason behind it. They just...
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I'll use my full power! Just call it Spamton 2. With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But... not yet. Here it comes, the incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. Right, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was. That's the clue Nekomaru left for us to
I
find.
see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If
Oh,
I'm
no.
a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
Yeah, so he goes through the same character development as Toko.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, the only thing that I can think of that happened to him was he collided with a pillar.
I see.
Anyway.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
I learned 1 horse has 15 horsepower and can't deal with that. 1 horse is 15 horsepower. 15 for 1 horse?
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Kinda, but also kinda not.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Taichi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Well, I missed you, I don't understand. Seriously, just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more to be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Impossible.
No, that's wrong.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the Funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that humans tested it.
Humans.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. Human! It is I, the Great Papyrus! I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think, if I focus on the thing, I should be able to find the answers to that mystery. Oh my god, another logic dive. Okay, what did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building, who the killer is, or where the murder happened? The time in the building. Misunderstood the time because Nekomaru's radio clock is always accurate to the actual time. So if all the other clocks are the same time, then they're the ones that are wrong. The funniest game we're going dependent on it. This is inside Hajime's mind, so we're just like... He just like zones out and we're just in his head for this. Which clock was tampered with? Nekomaru's radio clock, the building's clocks, or both? The building's clocks, because you can't tamper with Nekomaru's clock. Haji just can't answer the questions if he doesn't think about this. If he doesn't think about the funny... Fuck. If he doesn't think about... If he doesn't think about the funny... If he doesn't think about the funny surfing game, he physically cannot solve it. Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. They both had the wrong time. Yep. So when Monokuma said everyone ditched Tai Chi, when Hajime was confused, they actually did. They skipped it.
It's all coming
Because the time was wrong.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
And he stopped biting my nails. Right.
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
Also, I just noticed I'm wearing the Mario t-shirt today. Oh my god, it's Mario Day.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, How much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify about how much time the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go. I want to say a Kane?
If the time...
Yeah, 5:30.
Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Proceed get song. Yeah! Yeah, actually. God. I guess the song challenge was a year ago.
Crap! If the time in the building was all messed up,
I would do it again, but maybe not.
then we
Anytime
can only
soon.
rely on
Actually, it might be soon. I
Nekomaru's
don't
radio
know.
clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I agree with that.
Consent. Yeah.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Yeah, I do kind of want to do them again, but like I think the only like thing I could do is like Mario tracks, because like no one really, there's like no consistent thing that everyone else would know.
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Danganronpa tracks only 4 people play.
Huh?
That would be cool to do.
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
If that rumbling sound was heard at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to it's like the answer to how much time was off is literally right in front of me. 2 hours.
I see.
Because that rumbling sound would be his death, which was at 7:30.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Yeah.
Plus, the Funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Alright. Only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out any Nekomaru, then that specific thing is massage time. Oh my god, they're gonna do it. The clock's alarm. No? No, not the alarm. Fucking hell. No. No, that's the wrong one. I know it's the wrong one. Massage time. Tai Chi.
I see.
He's turning us. He's letting me Benji roast.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, What would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
He is always so dramatic, yeah.
At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Taichi, right on schedule.
Also, yes. It.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous. I honestly didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Taichi. But it turned out this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
It's whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? So, remember when... Oh, I can't bring up the truth bullets, Leon Kowata. So, when that alarm was going off in the lounge, the only people left in Strawberry House were Fuyuhiko, Kazuichi, Gundam, and Nagito. Meeting up in the lounge to check on that alarm was Fuyuhiko, Kazuichi, and Gundam. That only leaves Nagito.
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
I don't know where to put myself, because no matter where I'm going to put myself, I'm down. I don't need to press that. I'm down here, okay. I went till the end making the mastermind or something. God.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank,
Hello, Frank. He didn't come out. Yes, he did. That was chapter 2. He definitely did come out.
Even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the week.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
He couldn't?
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Huh?
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. But it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I wonder. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling sound were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh god. But can you spell the words? You'll have whitish hair. But can you spell the words? Blank. But can you spell the words? But can you... Fuck. Fuck. But can you spell the word deluxe rooms?
I got it!
I was trying to do it, okay, Lion? I confused myself.
Sonia and Chiaki, the three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
They were staying in deluxe rooms. I think Hajime's going to explain the rooms again, so thankfully.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
Wasn't there the whole time? Was there? I was looking for... Sorry, I knew that line. I was looking for an S, so I can say that and then clear all three. I was looking for an S. The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. The standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the crummy rooms have severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying
It probably
the
is,
killer.
Lion.
Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer Amogos? That's the wrong... See, I meant to press this one. The killer Amogos? The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Right, so... The people with deluxe rooms. I'll recap it because not everyone's going to remember it. So, Chiaki had... So the deluxe rooms are the soundproof ones, right? They were Chiaki, Sonya, Nagito, and Gundam. Of those four, 3 said they couldn't hear it. That leaves Gundam, who, for some reason, I didn't say it, sorry, but everyone else is here. I'm sorry. But Gundam was the only person who was in there when the alarm was going off, despite having a deluxe room. You mean like... What, the crying? Oh! I'm so sorry, I forgot. How could I forget that Gundam is one of Sean's favourites? How did I forget that? I'm so sorry. Yeah, Gundam is one of Sean's favourites. And Gundam's the killer.
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
He's gonna fucking die, Sean.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that?
It is a sad moment, because Gundam's cool.
If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
His 4 Dark Days of Destruction just alerted him to it.
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to...
We good? Where did it die? He said just like Gundam's about to. I don't know when it died. When did it die? Down a bit. Now they mention it. Gundam? There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right? Okay. Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right? Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Nekomaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
That was the one
So
mistake.
the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
What are you doing? This ruckus, it's louder than the supreme rule of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Down here. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
One person Sean likes is the reason the other got found out. Yeah. Sean's 2 favourites played a big part in this.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
She uses defense. I didn't hear what you just said, but it doesn't surprise me that he suggested that.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
He's panicking a bit. He's panicking a bit.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Oh.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean a class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce.
What a majority vote is? Is it a reference? Is it a reference to Your Turn to Die? I get the impression it is.
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken,
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Understandable.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can be overcome. I know that you just want to believe that, Sean, but I don't know what is right. Hang on.
The only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between. As long as that your assumption.
Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return...
Since I was at Strawberry House, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Sorry, Sean. He vented. Sean, he vented and you know it.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the
He
elevator.
did not vent. He vented.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Suspicious. Who used the method? Come on, Sean. It was you? What, are you Gundam now?
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Like, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House.
He didn't vent. Prove it.
Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show off. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House.
Too small he can't reach. But what if he used his 4 dark davas of destruction to help him somehow?
After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Well, they're the 4 dark davas of destruction.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
They're not hamsters, they are the 4 dark davas of destruction.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
He's really doing whatever he can at this point.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Rebel Showdown.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
His argument is exhausting. Just listening to makes me tired. He needs to skillfully cut back against his words so he doesn't know pace.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down! I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Fuck.
Damn it!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say!
Damn it!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion.
Oops.
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I can't back down! I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Try proving the killer into the octagon, right? What proves he went to the octagon? Shit, I don't actually remember that. I don't actually remember. I guess the weapon, but like...
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blood,
allow me to cut through
the wire! Where else would you get the wire from?
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end.
Sean is getting desperate.
Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Hey, what do you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken.
I have no
by
control
that
over this either.
Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry
He doesn't skip it.
Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken.
I can't even control
so he
it.
was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on
It's one of the
with
few good
robotic
Nagato
Nekomaru.
moments.
So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion.
Illusion.
If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
We're sorry, Sean.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you're ready to Will Bennett. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! for the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so
Dark
easily?
Davis.
This is the end. Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck.
Wither.
As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh.
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
It's a game.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy. Press the button. Truly, this is the skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Who's the button? Press lazy and point us towards he's a killer. Exactly. Literally, if he didn't have his hamster press that button, and if he, like, just snuck past Fuyuhiko, he would have been fine. That's it. He would have been fine.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Nekomaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Gundam. How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are.
Did all that while starving? What a Chad.
I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
I think your boy has done aerobophobia. Also, I love that you can just see like red eyes on the hamsters. Yeah, I didn't realize until like midway through this game, I think. I don't know. It does really help. Oh my god, this Hajime. This is not these two. The fuck? You can keep saying that, Sean. You can keep saying that. Your boy is gonna die. Oh yeah, actually.
Here's everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime.
Is Sean gonna do the sound effects even though Sean knows his boy is gonna die?
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the Funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the Funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck. This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building's structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the Funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Okay, but he still didn't do it.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
I just love how you guys have been just... Every single trial, you like read it all out. That's what you've been doing the whole thing. And then just... Okay, but he still didn't do it. Sure.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
Right, Lion.
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
I really enjoyed doing his voice. He had a very cool voice that was fun to copy. Too bad he's gonna die.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
How did you bite your tongue when saying he said lever. Very American. Lev. There's... Lev. I don't know how you'd bite your tongue saying that. Of all words, lever, or lever, but lever isn't a word you could bite your tongue saying. It's rigged. Bit his tongue as Gundam bites the dust. About that. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Guys, you're not gonna die, what the fuck? I mean, then again, his execution's just... Okay. Judging from the results, you guys are correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing Funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yeah, I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we decide who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish it until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my
Why do you want to talk to me? Why would you want to talk to one who was lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How?
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake.
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This
If he was just
too
trying
must
to
be the
cling
will
for
of
life,
causality.
there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean, explain? Fine then, I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the Funhouse. And I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves at a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death? Croaky.
Let me tell you.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might! I won't go easy on you! Don't even think about holding back! Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics! Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it's still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just wasting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us just to wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean you'd rather die?
Fall, my
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up. Giving up on life? That's just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? I have now. Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would conquer that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fibre of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You
saying all that just to try and justify what you did?
But
But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I have already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth. But even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime?
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was me at child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, tell me you didn't sacrifice for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question. Just who do you think I am? History's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools. Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Got it. I've had a very special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka. He was doing that just a minute at the start of the trial, like a dumb person. Yeah, so he does try and make out that it was as a sacrifice, but either, so this is where the theories start. It was either he just wanted, you know, drag it out a little bit, or that was complete bullshit.
Please wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia? Please, I beg of you.
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined of stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end. Pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
he's not holding up well. Gundam Tanaka Stampede. He leaves them behind. He's doing some magic shit. So, now trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. So they did. But his execution is a peaceful one. So that kind of like spell he was doing, that wasn't to protect him. That was actually to protect the Davers, the 4 Dark Davers. That was to protect the hamsters, not him. He knew he was going to die. He'd done that to protect them. That's why after he fell, he smiled because he saw them okay. But then he was pissed off because he saw he was going to heaven. He wanted to go to hell. He wanted to go to hell, not heaven. That's why he was pissed when he saw he was going up. But yeah. Gundam's dead. I'm sorry, Sean, but he's fucking dead. Gundam. No, no. Stuff he didn't. Yeah, so he said he done it to sacrifice himself to save everyone, but not exactly. It's hard to tell whether that was truthful or not. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Oh yeah, sorry. He said don't give up on life. More like don't give up on life. That's more like him. Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
I'm so pissed off I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other and thanks to that things ended like this. You're all full of shit, every last one of you. I'm the biggest piece of the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Why am I so weak?
Oh.
Such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. And if not...
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell. I presume he'll be very cross with us. His logic was, if I don't do anything, everyone will die. If I do something, either I will, everyone will. I guess so. Maybe he thought of it as, regardless, if he doesn't do anything, he's going to die regardless. It was a case of either him starving to death or going down fighting, which is more him. He wanted to go down fighting, not going down weak and just giving up and starving to death. So I feel like that makes more sense. But in the process of him doing that, I guess he kind of sacrificed himself in a way. Because maybe he done it with a small hope of being able to get away and everyone else guessing wrongly. But then I guess midway through the trial he probably realised, yeah, everyone here is good, I'm going to die, and accepted it. So maybe it is a bit of both. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that. So how long are you guys going to stand around chattering? The Class trial's over. It's okay if you hurry back to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing score check will proceed as usual. Make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you going to keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he going to keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food. Plot twist, Gundam comes back as a robot. Oh shit! Hold on a sec, the mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like
Well,
that.
you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right? She's Sunny, something else. Seriously, I'm starving.
Hey, hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. Da, da. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again, we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished, but despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at that moment, we were just able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sights. Rip Gundam. He didn't just breed, he fucked. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to attain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they were too busy with other masses. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this. No one could tell that I was lying.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma's arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why is it... Bitch, can you stop talking to yourself? Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. You all alone tonight too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see. So you can tell. Ah, perhaps you found out who the traitor is? You know me well.
Well.
It's what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't known that yet. I see. So even you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown's gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? You finally gonna confess your love?
Hey.
I summoned you because there's something I already need to ask you. Is it the special prize in the final dead room? Oh yeah? What about it? There was information about 16 people in the file received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
You don't even
Well,
know?
there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding Amogos, right? Including that person, the total number of students should be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff from that former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But...
If this file even contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student at Hope Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
Hey.
Could it be... Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Are you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? If it's my job to heat things up, it's okay if I do something small like that, right?
Well...
That's not my point.
Right?
My point is you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I knew who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's like Monomi after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Her existence means nothing, huh?
No, no.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through all this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the trader do as they please, right?
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No, no, no.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too.
Well,
I knew you would say that. Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladder such as myself in despair exist. There you go, he said stepladder again. You're right, you're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of that some other person, they must be extremely unlucky. He's talking about Makoto, by the way. That's just a clear Makoto reference.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Well,
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
you don't know?
When you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity, I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the only one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I wouldn't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that can even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey,
Hey, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey,
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, if that person is already on the island, wouldn't that be exciting? Five days remain. Chapter 4. Do ultimate robots dream of clockwork? Hellhound earring. Exactly, the title in this one makes sense. I'll save the progress and that's it. No, we're not saving that. We're not saving. No, I'm saving there instead. Okay. End of chapter 4, main menu. Chapter 4, everyone. Where Gundam killed Nekomaru. Mikan just loves the ocean. Like trapped by the ocean scent. I don't get that chapter name. But the ultimate robot stream of clockwork really does. Just like in the first game, I think chapter 5 was called like 100-mile junk food dash. And the junk part like references Junko. Kazuichi fans living good. Kazuichi fans exist? What? Her beloved is the ocean. I mean, we don't know who her beloved is. But yeah. What do you guys think of that? I mean, you've all played it before, but still. I'm sure there's someone here who hasn't. You're right here. You exist? Hello, Hammy Shoriglor. That's the end of the chapter. So I will say, so no Danganronpa streams next week. That's just because of the new schedule. But 2 weeks. So what day would that be? So that would be Tuesday the 22nd. That's when we're starting chapter 5. By far, my favourite chapter in the entire series. Chapter 5 of the second game is so fucking good. I cannot wait to get to it. I didn't know you were still here. I mean, you are still here, of course. But yeah, what do you guys think of this chapter? I think kind of spoils the fact that Nekomaru is the victim, but let's be real, who's going to Yeah, I mean, I think it was kind of obvious that he was going to be the killer, not because of the title though. Because the title could have just been fake foreshadowing. But it was just kind of obvious he was going to die. The way he came back. Actually, no, to be fair, it could have been like Fuyuhiko. He comes back and then survives. I don't know. Not, I mean, Fuyuhiko can still die, of course. The wording was weird. Didn't really like Gundam. Gundam is just, I really liked Gundam. Gundam was really cool. I mean, Kazuichi deserves it. Kazuichi's just a bit of a weirdo. But Gundam was really cool. I liked Gundam. Gundam was one of those characters who I did see dying. But notice this game also had a similarity to the first game. Chapter 4 was about a really strong character dying to protect everyone. That in this game was Nekomaru. Nekomaru, really strong guy, but he had a good chance that he knew that he was going to die. But he still done it to protect everyone because he knows that if someone dies, they get fed. So he done it knowing full well he was probably going to die. So just like the first game, it was an act of like strength. And it was sad. Not as quite as sad as Sakura, but it was still quite sad. No, it actually wasn't. It wasn't Ham. So Gundam, you know, the hamster guy, he killed him. But they both done that. So Gundam killed him, and he accepted his death. They both, you know, participated kind of, but they both done it out of strength. They both knew that if nobody died, everyone else was going to starve to death anyway. So they had a fight to the death. It wasn't like he just let himself be killed. They both willingly fought to the death. And Gundam won. But yeah, that was a very loud clap. So not next week, the week after, we sign chapter 5. My favourite chapter. It's so good. I cannot wait. I'm really hyped for chapter 5. I mean, the chapter itself, like the daily life, it's really good, but it's not the highlight. The highlight is the case. The murder case of chapter 5 in this game is so good. Why didn't he just give himself up then? Because he also, it was a bit of both. It was a bit of, yeah, he done it to save everyone, but at the same time, he also done it to protect himself. His philosophy is a bit weird. It was a bit of a mix. He done it to protect everyone, but at the same time, if they didn't get it, then he would live. So it was a bit of both. Don't mind that. Watch Later got delayed. Yeah, Watch Later was delayed, sadly. But I'll try and do it next week because there's no Danganronpa streams next week. If I find some time, I will do it then. Anyway, that's enough for tonight. I will see you tomorrow for Hollow Knight. I'm actually playing Hollow Knight tomorrow. I have no reason to postpone that anymore. So we will have fun playing Hollow Knight for the first time. Yes, really. Yeah, Gundam's fucking dead. Gundam fucking stampeded. I wouldn't say it's funny. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. It was a very nice stream. I'll see you all tomorrow for Hollow Knight. Or I don't think I'm streaming on Saturday. Yeah, there's no Saturday stream this week. So yeah, either tomorrow for Hollow Knight or next Monday for Tato Season 3.1. And then there's, okay, so it's a good streams this week. And then next week. Very good schedule, I like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the time. Actually, hang on, no. Is anyone live? Yeah, I know, Lion, but come on, next chapter. Come on, you've played Danganronpa. You know the next chapter. I know, Lion, but come on, next. Shut up, Twitch. You guys, anyone who's played this game knows for a fact that the next chapter is when it gets insanely good. Insanely good. Next chapter, by far the best chapter in all of Danganronpa. It's so good. It's all downhill from here. It's not. I mean, actually, yeah, actually it is. Because V3. Still. I don't think anyone I know is live. Okay. So yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow or Monday, depending on whatever you want to watch, or can or whatever. Yeah. Bye, guys.